Hello everyone, this is Maureen of Maureen's Shop, and today we'll be crocheting this Granny Square bookmark. The ad-free PDF of this crochet pattern is linked in the description box. So what you're going to need to make it is 2-toned cotton embroidery thread. If you don't have this thread, you can use something similar to or thinner than fingering weight yarn. You'll also need 1.5mm crochet hook. You'll need 2 small black beads. These ones are around 5 to 6 millimeters. You'll also need a needle and a thread, an embroidery needle. You'll need your tape measure and your scissors or clippers. Let's begin. To start, you'll need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and join it to form a loop. Then from there, we're going to work on our first round, which is chain 3 and 2 DC into that loop. You're going to chain 3 and work 3 DC into the loop. Chain 3, thread DC into the loop again, and this is the final one, another chain 3 and 3 DC into the loop. To close off your round, you're going to chain 3 and join it to the third chain of your first chain 3, and that is your first round. So for the second round, you're going to chain 4, which counts as 1 DC, and chain 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to work 3 DC, chain 3, 3 DC into this corner space. Chain 1, 3 DC, chain 3, 3 DC into the next space as well. Chain 1, and you're going to repeat this all the way up to this corner. Then 2 DC, because remember this one counts as a DC. Then you're going to finish off by joining to the third chain of this beginning chain 4. So you make sure you count properly, and here is my third chain, and there I have it. From here you'll work slip stitches up to this corner, up to the second chain of this first corner, and you're going to do it in back loops only. So the back loops, you leave out this front and only chain on this back loop. So you're going to slip stitch, and here is our first chain and the second one, and that's it. Next you're going to make chains. How many number of chains you're going to make depends on how long you want your bookmark to be. For this particular bookmark, I did a chain of 81, which gave me 10 inches, but once I was done with the entire bookmark, it came down to 9 inches. So depending on how long or how short you want your bookmark, that will determine how many chains you make. But for this particular tutorial, so after making your chains, you're going to slip stitch from the second chain from your hook all the way to the beginning, right down here. So it's another 80 slip stitches for me. So starting in your second chain from your hook, in back loop only, we are going to slip stitch all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. When you finish working your slip stitches on the chain, you're going to slip stitch all round to the beginning point over here where you started slip stitching for this round. Again, you're going to do it in back loops only. So you go ahead and slip stitch right here and continue going all the way around the square. And once you get to the end here, you're going to do one more slip stitch, which will count as the fastening off, and snip off your yarn. You're going to take this tail to the back so that we'll finish it off by turning it in. So the next step, our next step is you're going to take our needle and thread, and you're going to thread it through this end of the tail. Then just remove the thread from the needle. Then once you have aligned them like so, you're going to insert the thread back into the needle. This is going to help us to thread the beads into this tail because they have a really small eye. So you're going to take your first bead and thread it through all the way to the bottom, like that. and then you're going to tie a knot. Just roughly there. Suppose take your second bead and thread it through, and then you're going to tie another knot. Now you can remove your needle and this thread, and you can see we are almost there. Our next step will be adding a fringe to our granny square bookmark like this. And to add it, I just use 3 fingers. You're going to wrap the yarn around your fingers 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then snip that off. Then you're going to come to the bottom here and just roughly cut where the middle is. You're going to take these pieces of thread and insert them on the opposite end of the tail, right at this corner. You can use your hook to help you out. After you've done this, you'll simply take another piece of thread and wrap it around the fringe right about here. So you're going to leave a long piece, maybe like that, and wrap it round. A couple of times. Then you're going to form a knot. Like so. And then wrap it one more time and form another knot. At this point, you take the embroidery thread or darning needle, and you're going to try and squeeze it in here. If it's too tight, you can use your sewing needle. Then you're going to pull this inside there like so. Like that. So of course the next step is to just make this neater by trimming it. So you're going to comb it out and you're going to cut it round here. You can trim it into whatever shape you like. Just going to do straight-ish, I should say. And there you have it, a nice, cute, lovely crochet granny square bookmark. So for this, I forgot, this one over here, we are going to thread it in. Going to weave in all our ends so that they're not sticking out. Oh, this one just doesn't want to go through. And there you have it, a Crochet Granny Square bookmark. Check out the pattern PDF available on my pattern store, link in the description. You can choose to steam or block your crochet piece, it's up to you. But either way, whether you choose to do two or not, it works just fine. And the wonderful thing about this crochet bookmark is I designed this when my niece was a toddler, and she had a tendency to pull out my bookmarks. So with this, with the beads up here, she couldn't pull it off. See? Just couldn't. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a wonderful time. Bye.